Thank you for joining us today on my On the Frontline podcast. So, I have a question for all of you. What does influence really look like? Is it the title on your business card or the awards on your wall? Or is it measured by the people you've encouraged, the standards you've raised, and the example you set every single day? Well, today my guest is Stephanie Siegel. She is a certified director of safety, a strategic leader known for raising operational standards, building high performing teams, and creating cultures where people are empowered to succeed. Throughout her career, she's earned a reputation for turning challenges into opportunities. She's also known for communicating a clear vision, and she inspires those around her to pursue excellence. These qualities, if you've seen, recently led her to an incredible honor. She has been recognized as one of the most influential women of 2026. But what struck me most wasn't that she actually won the award itself, it was her response. So rather than focusing on her winning, she focused on the journey. She spoke about being grateful for the people who challenged her, the opportunities that helped her grow, and the fact that she believes she's far from finished. She embraces discomfort because she knows that's where growth happens. She's passionate about helping others discover their own potential along the way. And that's the kind of leadership we need more of. Leadership isn't about arriving at the destination. It's about continuing to grow while bringing others along with you. Today's conversation is about leadership, continuous learning, and stepping outside your comfort zone, and what it really means to create impact that goes well beyond your own success. Please join me in welcoming my guest, Stephanie. Stephanie, thank you so much for coming today. I am so excited to honor you. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what leading from the front line really means to you.
Well, so I started out, in the industry probably around 13 years ago.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I started young and I started from the bottom and I worked my way up. And I was very passionate about learning everything I possibly could in all aspects of the industry, from operations, administrative work, recruiting, safety, and just gained as much knowledge as much knowledge as I could on my way on my journey up. And leading from the front line, what it means to me is creating relationships, especially with the drivers. You,
Oh, I love them. I love the drivers.
yes, I mean they're the ones that are out there in the traffic and the weather, and dealing with our customers and equipment issues. So it's really good to have those relationships, get an understanding of their perspective, in order to help decide where to go with policies and procedures. I mean, it's really easy to sit behind a desk and say, "Hey, this is going to work," but it's not always. And if you don't know that side and that perspective, um, it might not work. So in my experience, being on the front line, leading, knowing that perspective or trying to know that perspective, it makes me ask to myself, is this realistic? Is this going to actually help the drivers be safer? How am I going to explain it to the drivers, and the staff, and give them the tools to succeed? So yeah, it's something that I want as a leader. I want to build together with everybody.
I love that. Let's do it. I mean, you know what? The thing is, Stephanie, a lot of times I think that people forget the most important person, and that is the person that we serve, right? And you are a servant leader in terms of really lifting people up around you. And I really appreciate that. So I always wonder, like, what is like leading from the front line really teach us about humanity? Because you talk about like these drivers out on the road. I was at Love's travel stop like a couple weeks ago, and this poor driver, his truck has broken down. I tried to bring him kindness, and he just literally leaves at his wits' end. And I really think there's a lot to learn from leading from the front line about humanity. What do you think?
Oh my gosh, most definitely. I mean, we sit here and we watch videos and we might see, some unsafe behaviors, but you got to look at the big picture and think, okay, this driver's not normally like this, or you get a complaint. Um,
Right.
and you're like, what's going on? So you call the drivers and you never know what's going on at home. You don't know what situations they're dealing with, what someone's carrying with them, and maybe they just need someone to talk to. So the humanity side of things, I mean, you've got to gain that different perspective, their side of the story. What's going on with them? How can I help them? Is there someone that I can help direct them to talk to, or something I can do personally just to make their day better? Maybe it's just a call to see how they're doing, or just letting them know you understand it is a very hard job and I could not do it myself. Being out there on the road and having to deal with that is so stressful. So, just helping them understand, but also, at the same time, holding them accountable. And I feel like them knowing that you understand and respect what they do helps them take, coaching or advice from you in a better way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about treating people like you would want to treat yourself, right? And so,
Yes.
absolutely, it's so important. And you said you've been in the industry 13 years. Is that right? 13 years. So in these
Yeah.
13 years, probably longer, what has the industry taught you about like innovation? And I think about people think that this is not a very they're like, Gina, you work in trucking, like what? And I'm like, no, it's so beautiful, you have no idea, like this keeps our world moving. What have you seen, and what would you redesign? Maybe something that you might redesign. So talk a little bit about innovation and kind of like redesigning something in the industry.
Yeah, I mean, innovation has it's things have changed drastically since I've started. The cameras themselves, like the AI detection, AI wasn't even really talked about when I first started.
Mhm.
But now it's huge, and helping our drivers, find their bad habits that they may have and change those, and helping us to communicate better as well. For Luma, for
Mhm.
instance, I mean, that interactive learning is huge. Drivers don't get
Mhm.
just bored listening to videos and stuff. And we're able to go out there and create videos for them, which is super nice. But it's also just the smaller things though, like in the office, helping each other. Uh,
Aw, I love that. Give us an example. How do you help each other in the office? I just wrote about this morning, so it's so perfect.
well, I mean, just because you're not in that direct area, like for say
Mm,
operations, doesn't mean you don't have an impact or an idea that you can
mm,
share to help move things forward or give make things more streamlined. So we were talking about accountability and how we're going to track that, and um, we were having to pull from all kinds of different, areas and systems and stuff. And Chris, my coworker, the director of operations here, he took that information we all gathered together and automated it on his own, and was able to put it all, like, have it all directed into one spreadsheet so it's easy to read.
mm.
People can find it and decipher what to do next with that. But I mean, that being said, I mean, I feel like everybody has ideas. So I had started a we call it the Pemberton Roundtable. So
Oh, I love the Pemberton Roundtable.
yeah,
I want to show up for that. That'd be
yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, we get different people from different areas of the company, like
Mhm.
operations, safety, maintenance, a driver, and we have these questions, whether it be like something we're trying to get answered that we need help with, a different perspective or something, or just in general about the industry. And we ask everybody to give us their ideas or thoughts on
Mhm.
it, and to just help us you know, get that bigger, make sure everybody's in that big picture mindset. And I
Mhm.
think it gives them the support to be that way. And then, and to get those different perspectives, different ideas, to be
Mhm.
innovative, because it's not always just going to be one person having to come up with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you said it, the greatest impact you can have is connection. And what you all do very well at Pemberton is create community and create authentic connection and lift each other up. And that's the beautiful thing about what you're doing there and what you're leading is it's very special. Actually, your company was in our book Powered by
Yeah.
People. So just making a difference and making an impact, it's so incredibly beautiful. So what do you hope, like 10 years from now, what do you hope for people to remember about you and the work that you've done? And when you look back 10 years, you can say, wow, that is really impactful.
Yeah. I just really hope they have a different approach to safety and leadership than the traditional, violations you're calling about, something bad that I did, and more educational.
Mhm.
Tell drivers why things are happening, what the reason is behind it. For instance, like CSA points,
Mhm.
um, a lot of drivers don't understand that. And to
Mm.
take the time and explain and educate will help them be a safer driver, and help them trust you more. And uh, so just having that more human approach to safety in general would be great. And then also just women knowing that they have a place in this industry as well. Like I said, I came from the bottom, and as long as you are willing to learn and just gain knowledge, ask those questions from everybody, and get their perspective on things, you can grow in this industry and succeed.
Yes, and guess you are the only person that holds yourself back. I have this like I'll tell you this. I have this on my desk. I have it taped here because I kept Stephanie. I could use your advice because for a long time I'm like I'm not asked to speak anywhere. Like no one's asked me to come. So somebody gave me this advice, which you just gave to the audience today. Don't ask for permission. Make your own audience. We don't have to ask permission. We can step up and be the influential person that you are. So I appreciate that. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted you on my podcast because women like you, individuals like you, don't always get the spotlight, but you move mountains and change lives just the same. And you might not be the loudest voice in the room, but you show up again and again for others on your team and to your vendors that tell me how kind you are and how you extend education and learning for all. So today I honor on my podcast quiet heroes in the industry who are making an impact and without wanting anything in return. So I'm honoring you with a glass pelican, and
Oh
it'll
my
have your
God.
name on it. And this is do you know the significance of pelicans?
No, what is it?
So pelicans thrive not in isolation. They actually thrive in communities. So if you see them, and I live in Charleston, so I see a lot of them, they actually hunt in groups and they travel together. So they don't thrive alone. Like you said in your talk when you were saying how you bring people together through connection and community. And that is the representation of the Pelican Award that you're getting. It's someone who embodies all of the traits, someone who sees the strength in other people and you lift them higher without ego. So when you won the Women Influential Award, you did what didn't make it about you. You made it about everyone around you. And I just want you to know your impact, it's lasting and it's personal and it's powerful. So today you earn a pelican not because you're loud, but because you're quietly moving people forward. So thank you for building community and connection, not only at Pemberton Truck Lines, but beyond with women across the industry. And so for the lives that you're changing just by being you. So congratulations. Why don't you leave us today just with some lasting advice for anyone maybe who doesn't see themselves, as a leader, or maybe who doesn't know how to thrive from leading from the front line. And then maybe if you want to tell people where they can connect and learn from you, that would be great too.
Yeah. Stay confident and believe in yourself no matter what. I That is an area I struggled in as well. I never really saw myself as a leader, but I've always been told the ones that don't necessarily see themselves as leaders or want to be the leaders are always the ones that are the good leaders, because you find the best in the others and help, lift them up and use their strengths to better the company and the industry and the world in general. So just keep working hard, ask those questions, get to know people, and you will succeed.
I love that. If someone wants to find you, what's the best place to connect and learn more?
LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn at Stephanie Siegel. Just search me at Pemberton Truck Lines. You'll find me there. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. But you could just give me a shout at Pemberton as well if you need to.
Awesome. I love that. Well, thank you for coming on my podcast, Keeping Bright and Beautiful and Building Community. And we will see you soon.
Thank you so much, Gina. I really appreciate it.